Hey guys, in this episode, I interview Lance Henriksen about the upcoming release of Harbinger Down, the practical effects film, in theaters and VOD on August 7th. We also got a chance to talk about some of his recent projects, such as the Blacklist on ABC, some of his movies that he's done in the past, and Lance takes a look at our Cosplay Calendar 2015. Check it out! Hey guys, we're back here with Lance Henriksen, and he's going to tell us about some new stuff he's been working on. How you doing, Lance? Thanks for being on.
I'm good, man. I want to see that calendar. But we'll hold off on that.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
All right.
I know that last I heard, Harbinger Down just got distribution,
Yes.
And so it is going to be playing in 10 cities very soon.
It is good, though, man. They've done some work on this thing. It's just like, wow.
Dutch Harbor Coast Guard, this is fishing vessel Harbinger, informing you that we've dredged a piece of wreckage containing human remains.
Yeah, have you seen a cut of it?
No.
Recently? No? I know, I haven't either.
But
I'm like so excited.
I believe the people. I believe Alec, and I believe, I know what we did, so I'm not, I'm very excited about it. That's one thing going on, and then now it looks like I'm going to be on Blacklist.
That's awesome.
With Spader.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a great role. It's a facilitator, that's all I'll tell you, but it's really good.
Are you going to be on there for like one episode or a few episodes?
No, a few.
Okay.
They're going to do. I guess after they see me work, they'll expand that script a little bit.
Well, it seems like Blacklist in particular has a lot of really great roles for like villains in particular, and good guys, cops, and stuff like that too. I've been watching it on Netflix, and it's awesome.
I think the whole premise of it is that he approached people and said, I have a list of all the bad people on the planet, and I'm going to go after them one by one. I think that's the premise. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of actors to get on there and show their particular brand of badness.
I will make the war on the underworld my first priority.
We're gonna 86 him. Cut him off. We're gonna crack the whip. He's as good as dead.
I recently saw a movie of yours that I hadn't seen when I talked to you last, and I saw Stone Cold recently.
Oh, you never saw it?
I had never seen Stone Cold with
James
Bozz.
Cooper, man.
Oh my gosh, I had such a blast watching that movie. That movie was so much fun.
It's an old-fashioned movie.
Oh my gosh, it was so great.
An old biker movie.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you know this, but the Bozz has a documentary about him out on Netflix. It's like 30 for 30, and it's like just a little thing about his life and like where he came
Football,
from.
right?
Yeah, talking about his football career and how he came up and
What about
what
his acting
happened.
career?
It talked about that a little bit too. Well, that was one of my questions.
I don't know what happened, man, because when I worked with him, he felt to me like a young John Wayne. He had a great quality. He was a very, he didn't know anything about stunts because he'd actually knock you out.
Yeah.
He played football, so what is he going to do? He'd come running at you and knock you out.
Yeah.
He almost knocked me out. I think I was knocked out and didn't know it. And then they were trying to lift me up, and I said, no. I want to experience this. Get your hands off me, man. But he was cool. He was cool. And most of that movie, Stone Cold, was improvised. Really was. We'd improvise it in the morning and then shoot it that day, And he was very willing and game and everything else.
Yeah.
Then I heard he went to television, and it didn't work out too good. But hey, that can happen to anybody, The what?
Clean up on aisle 4. That was one of his
Clean
lines.
up. Oh.
You got to clean up on aisle 4.
My favorite was, I said to him, you're either going to be the biggest pork chop I ever ate or my bulldozer.
This is either gonna be the biggest pork chop I ever ate, or my bulldozer.
The character Chains was so good. Like, you did such a great job nailing that. Like,
Thank you.
I've dealt with bikers in my life, and
Chains had it
I think you got it. I think you totally nailed it. How is it like working with someone like opposite with someone like that? Like, is it harder for you?
You know what? When I'm doing a movie or doing a part, I don't think of myself as an actor. I think of myself as the guy, and I try to channel something. Don't know where it comes from. Let it happen. Not control.
Yeah.
Before I start a movie, I look around the set like at everybody from a corner somewhere, and I just go, I wouldn't change a thing, because whether a guy's a football player or doing a great job acting like a guy who was a football player that went to being a cop, and he's now infiltrated a biker gang. Well, there it is. He's standing right in front of me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I never trusted him from the minute I laid eyes on him. I mean, you know.
Did that fight really take place?
It sure did.
And it's true that you gunned down 4 men.
2 with my left hand, 2 with my right hand. You see, the truth is that I am just as good with either.
You must be the fastest gun in the West.
I also rewatched Quick and the Dead. Did you keep that sweet outfit, that Ace Hanlon outfit? Because,
I
man,
know.
I
That's
wouldn't have
like
been
your
able to
kind
let
of
that
stuff.
go, man.
That's your kind of stuff. Embroidery, all the aces.
That was hot.
I put that shit on, and my wife hadn't seen me in it, and I walk out onto the set, and she goes, "Oh, Heart Be Still." And I went, "Oh, it's that good." Okay. But it kind of gave me the role because it was like the guy was like a showman. Mm-hmm. And I asked myself a question when I stood in my trailer looking in the mirror, which I don't do that often, but I'm looking at this outfit saying, if I was by a campfire back in the 1800s and I had these guns, these clothes, and 2 people rode up, they would want to kill me just for my shit.
Yeah.
You know, so I better be good.
Yeah.
I better be good at it. You know, I mean, because that guy looked like a fucking $1 million.
I know. He looked
I even
so
I had to make me a little thing for my mustache and stuff, and I kept it in my jacket. You know, like wherever I went, it was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I killed those guys. Yeah, 2 with my left hand, 1 with my right. You know? It's like I was trying to freak out Hackman because he couldn't outdraw me. There's no way.
Yeah.
I had practice. Even that flip off the horse, that wasn't in the script, and a buddy of mine and I worked on it. And when I came up, I showed Sam Raimi, and he went, "Oh, that's in the movie.
Yeah.
That's in the movie." So
Yeah, that was a great trick. That was
yeah,
a
it was
super
fun.
good trick.
Good moment.
I know, that must be so much fun to like take these roles and be able to like learn new skills and new tricks and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like
man,
that
that's
must
the
be
whole
like half
point.
the exactly. It's like
So-
I could totally see myself really
That's the
enjoying
only
that
reason I'm
aspect.
any good at it, because
Yeah.
I like the adventure. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I know that you also have you're showing up in some comic books lately. There's an X-Files comic book.
That was a complete surprise.
Yeah, IDW is putting out some Millennium comics, and there was a crossover with X-Files.
There was a
and Millennium.
crossover, and then now Millennium's got its own. But with the crazy thing was, they sent me an email saying, "Do you like these pictures? We say okay on these pictures?" And I said, "They're good, man. And why wouldn't I?" And they're like paintings, you know. They're beautiful. They're really.
Yeah.
And then they never sent me a comic.
I can't even get your own comic,
It's
man.
all out, and no
Go
comic.
buy your own comic.
Yeah, buy your own. Buy, you know. And I thought, she's ball.
Writing a comic book is like, I mean, it is like you have to know. It's like directing a movie, you know. It's just
I
like
know.
you
I
just have
did
to
write
know
one.
everything. Yeah, to hell you write.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not have the patience.
That's not my strong point, right?
Yeah.
But I like the idea of conceptualizing something, and I should have, you know, the writer that was working with me, and then also the cartoonist, the guy who did the drawings, Tom Mandrake. Those guys were great, you know, but we were trying to tell a story that's almost impossible to tell. So I don't know that we failed, but I don't think it's not resonating as much as Millennium or X-Files comic. That thing just like exploded.
I mean, the Frank Black character is just so strong, you know. It's just
Yeah,
like,
well, it's, you know, when I play him, I know, I mean, my experience doing the show was all about intuition. It had nothing to do with being a psychic.
yeah.
It's more like, you know, if you put up elements together, he's got a chain on his pocket, his shirt's out, he's got a thing there, and he wears a hat, and his hands are behind his back. Who is that guy? And I remember everything about it. And so later on, somewhere in the story, it will connect up to some aspect, even if it has nothing to do with him. It's an aspect of a crime,
Yeah.
you know, or of something I'm pursuing, you know. So it's an observer, like a chess player.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen The Mentalist, but
Yeah.
you know, it's like that sort of stuff where it's like it almost verges on you seem like you're psychic,
I know,
but it's
right?
but you're just
Touch a
very
doorknob
but
and
you're just
suddenly
like
you see
looking
it all,
but
you
you're
know.
just putting things together that you see that like most people just don't pay attention to.
Do you remember when you were a kid, they used to, you go to a carnival, and you got a whole skein of strings that are hanging. And the guy says, take one, and whatever that string is attached to over there is yours. big teddy bear or whatever it is.
That's awesome. No, why didn't I ever get to do
Yeah,
that?
'cause that's cool shit.
I feel robbed right now.
I know. Well, you pay $1, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit, that's what Millennium was like. You know, you grab a thread and you try to find the thread to something you imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it was a process of, again, I channel roles. I don't have to justify it. I kind of say, if I feel it, it's right. I got 3 Golden Globe nominations doing it, so that must have been something right. I think it was more the writers, wasn't me.
Yeah.
I was just a ball on the end of the pen.
You give yourself a little more credit.
That comic is doing well.
Let's see this. Okay, all right. Let me show you the calendar. Okay. All right, so.
Okay, man.
So here it is. This is 6 or 7 months of our life that we have.
6 or 7 months?
Yeah, we started the project last year in like March. This is from an
Holy
80s
shit,
movie.
Man. You ought to be doing movies.
That's what my grandma said. I said my grandma wanted. She's like, you need to be.
Why aren't you
an
doing
actress."
movies?
I'm
Look
getting
at
there.
that one.
I'm getting there.
You see that? I mean, that's.
I would
Hey,
play
man,
that role.
I would surrender to a vampire like that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. That was fun because I got to be like super naked in like nature in front of all my friends. It was great. It was like the best experience. And I was painted blue. I was high for days after being blue. I felt so good being painted
Being
blue.
blue?
I don't know what it was. It was like
I'm gonna go to my pottery shop and paint myself
try
blue.
it. I'm telling you.
I mean, look at this girl.
Yeah, did you see The Fifth Element? Do you remember that from
Yeah,
Luc Besson?
sure.
So I'm Zorg, and then my cat is Lilu. She gets
With
a
the
cute-
tape. Oh, you put the tape on the cat. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I made like a little outfit. She had to wear that wig.
And the wig, the
It
red
was her
wig.
first wig. She was, she actually did
You
really
guys
good.
are funny, man. This is like too funny. Look at that one.
That's from the Sun card from the tarot. I'm into the tarot. If you do
I am
tarot
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
I always
the
I always look at the
Sun.
tarot to try to find what my character in this movie
Really?
relates to
Oh,
in the
man.
tarot deck. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Sun card, which is like universal endorsement,
Sure.
where it's like conspiring with you, and that's like why we have comic book 19.
Okay, if I was your agent, I would be pitching the idea that you want to do the whole tarot deck.
No, I would. I would.
Characters. What is that?
That.
What is that?
That is from Dune.
Dune, I thought so.
Yeah, in the third book, Paul's kid grows up to be bond with a sandworm, and he
Yeah.
becomes like this tyrant, and he lives for thousands of years, and he's just like the tyrant of the universe, where he's in charge, and he just makes everybody does what he wants for thousands of years.
That really has a very penis-oriented.
And vagina
Dune worm.
oriented. Like,
I guess that's their power. Is that really
miniature.
you?
yeah, that's my face, and then we made a worm body.
It is both male and female.
It
by the way.
is,
I mean,
it is, and that's what a god should be. It should be androgynous.
You got to do a movie like this, man. I'm serious.
I would,
If I were you, I'd go on Kickstarter and raise like $1 million and make your own. I'm sitting in a room with Comic Book Girl. This is crazy, man.
Well, Lance.
Can you turn the air conditioning up a little bit?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's been real. It's been real today.
I know, man.
I want to thank you so much for coming in and sitting
Thanks
with us
for having
again.
me back. You know,
Yes, absolutely.
Epic History X-Men Volume 2 The Phoenix Saga is now available on Vimeo-On-Demand exclusively for the price of one comic book. You get over an hour's worth documentary about my favorite mutants in the Marvel Universe, so check it out.